I'm playing Majora's Mask again? What is this, some sort of time loop? Well, this is one time loop that I'm glad to be in. Hello friends, and welcome to a brand new Let's Play of The Legend of Zelda Majora's Mask. I'm ready for another adventure in Termina, and I hope you are as well. Now, as you can probably tell, this is not a randomizer that I will be playing. This will be the original adventure of Majora's Mask, to which I'll be playing to 100% completion, just like I did with Ocarina a while back. There will be no randomizer quality of life improvements or major location skips in this playthrough. This will be the full, original experience of Majora's Mask that I will be going through. And I am quite looking forward to this, as I'm sure you can tell. This is my favorite game, so I'll take any excuse to play it. Now, as this is the original adventure, I will be playing this in a more casual way to enjoy the story and adventure, as opposed to playing quickly with a timer. Again, just like Ocarina. But I hope you'll enjoy it all the same. Now, why don't we jump into the game and start this wonderful playthrough, shall we? Let's begin. A little bit of story here. We usually don't get this when I start the randomizers. In the land of Hyrule, there echoes a legend held dearly by the royal family that tells of a boy. A boy who, after battling evil and saving Hyrule, crept away from the land that had made him a legend. Done with the battles he once waged across time, he embarked on a journey, a secret and personal journey. A journey in search of a beloved and invaluable friend. A friend with whom he parted ways when he finally fulfilled his heroic destiny and took his place among legends. Now, this is something I've talked about before, but this is one of the big things that drew me to Majora's Mask right away. When playing games as a kid, I never really played a lot of sequel games at the time. Like, to me, sequels weren't a thing. It was just the first game you got and that was it. So, Majora's Mask being one of the first games I ever played that was a sequel, I'm like, oh my goodness, I get to continue the story that I've grown so fond of from Ocarina? This is awesome! So, like, this is one thing that I will always say, like, I love about this game. It's something that's very rare for Zelda games. Like, I know we've gotten it with Wind Waker to Phantom Hourglass, and there are a couple other Zelda examples that I could think of, but this was the first one for me, so this was a big one. Now, speaking of big plots right off the bat, we got two fairies messing us up! Also, how do we get Epona in the Lost Woods? That's another one I want to know. But here's a good one. Show us the evil right off the bat. If this didn't genuinely shock or, like, make people, like, a little scared when they first played this game, then I'll actually be surprised. You two fairies did great. I wonder if he has anything good on him. Huh? This guy? Well, that shouldn't be a problem. So we got the Skull Kid here wearing the titular Majora's Mask, and two fairy companions, Tattle and Tail. Haha, Tattletale. Yeah, we don't really get to see Tail much in the Majora's randomizers. Anything that has to do with Tail just tends to get skipped. So it's kind of nice to have Tail in here. Ooh, what a pretty ocarina. Hey, Skull Kid, let me touch it. I want to see. You can't, Tail. What would you do if you dropped and broke it? No way, you can't touch it. Aw, but sis, why can't I try it out too? And then Link's like, what just hit me? I always love this look, too. It's just like, oh, you're gonna try that? You're gonna give that back to me, right? And then this is when we realize that we're playing against forces that are very strong. And what a way to start a new Zelda game, too. It's like, you get right into the whole crux of, like, the plot. And it's like things just go from 0 to 10 right away. And then we just get to this unknown part of Hyrule that we've never seen before. Like, it's still familiar because we've got the same Link. Like, as you can tell, we've got a similar shield and we have the Kokiri sword. But it's different enough that brings the curiosity in. Like, it even says here on the inventory screen, it's like the sword you had from Kokiri Forest. A shield that, well, kind of has some similarities to Hylian shield. But we got a different shield this time. There we go. So yeah, I can't do Yeah, I don't have the magic spin or like the big energy spin attack. Now, in case anyone's wondering why I'm doing this, is just to build a few rupees right off the bat, since I can get these basically for free. I'll certainly be doing plenty of rupee farming in this playthrough, because one of the requirements to get a hard piece in this game, which is one of the big things that I shrink down every time I play a randomizer, I have to get 5,000 rupees into the bank, which is very ludicrous for this game. I will not be finishing that until I earn the light arrows towards the end of the game, so I'm just getting what I can now. But anyways, now we get the cool part for the story setup of this. It's just like, what the heck did we just fall into? Like, even this little trippy scene here, it's like, did we, like, what is this? Like, what did we just fall into, quite literally? And boom. Good thing those Deku flowers are very well padded. And then, of course, like, this is when we realize this Skull Kid here is not messing around. What's with that stupid horse of yours? It doesn't listen to a word that's said to it. There's no point in riding a thing like that, so I did you a favor and got rid of it. Aw, boo-hoo. Why the sad face? I just thought I'd have a little fun with you. Oh, come now. Do you really think you can beat me as I am now? Fool! Now, as a kid, this was something that genuinely terrified me. It's like, imagine your body just, like, being, like, forcibly transformed into something. And, like, this is the nightmare you get that says this is going to happen to you. It's just like, your human body is now going to be transfigured into a creature made of wood. Like, that's enough dark magic for you. And now we're at Deku. This is such a good setup just for, like, setting up the stakes. It's like, now you're transformed. Now that's a good look for you. You'll stay here looking that way forever. And Tao's like, nah. The funny thing is, though, I know Tattle and Tail are good, like, they're good fairies. Like, we'll see more towards the story later. But it is funny how Tattle, like, could see that going on, and then, like, didn't think anything was wrong with that. Tail more so, I find, but I'm kind of surprised with Tattle. Whoa, Skull Kid, wait for me! I'm still here! Tail, you can't leave without me! Oh. But if there's one thing I do like about Tattle, is she is much more expressive than Navi. If I wasn't dealing with you, I wouldn't have gotten separated from my brother. Well, don't just sit there, Deku boy. Do something. Why are you looking at me like that? What, is there something stuck on my face? Can you stop staring and just open that door for me? Please, come on, a helpless little girl is asking you. So hurry up! Oh, Tail. I wonder if that child will be alright on his own. Now, here's a fun question for anyone who has played Majora's Mask. When you first played this, and you got to the end of the game, did you legitimately think Tattle was, like, parallel Navi or a different Navi or anything like that? Because I'll admit, I did think that at first. Like, I know Tattle's just Tattle, but I did legitimately think Tattle was a parallel Navi or actually Navi or some similar circumstance. Hey, wait for me. Don't leave me behind. So, that stuff back there, I, apologize. So take me with you. You want to know about that Skull Kid who just ran off, right? Well, it just so happens I might have an idea of where he might be going. Take me with you and I'll help you out. Deal? Please? Good. So then it's settled. Now then, I'll be your partner. Or at least until we catch that Skull Kid. My name's Tattle, so, it's nice to meet you, or whatever. Now that we've got all that straightened out, can we stop messing around and get moving? If I figure something out, press this button and I'll tell it to you. Hopefully you'll manage to get by without my help until then. What button are you talking about? Haha, I brought the joke back, yes! But, okay, there we go. Yeah. Hey, if I call you, press this button right away. Tell me where that button is! Yay, I brought it back twice. I can tell you're not very used to your Deku Scrub body yet. Alright, listen up. If you press and hold A as a Deku Scrub while standing on a Deku Flower, you can dive into it. If you wait a bit before releasing A, you'll launch out of the flower. Press A while flying to descend. Did you get that? Oh no, I just got Kapora Gabora flashbacks. Are you sure? One more thing. Press A when you're on the ground to perform a spin attack. Okay, so I guess going back to my earlier comment, I guess Tattle does have a good heart, and it's just like, oh, maybe what we did wasn't such a good thing, so I'm sorry. Alright, going through some areas that we never get to explore playing randomizers, because we skip this in its entirety. So anytime you ever get the 10 Deku Nut drop from a treasure chest in a regular old randomizer, it's this chest right here. The only chest that you can never get more than once. Ah yes, and I am playing with a tracker, so might as well remember to put some things on it. Alright, still good on my landings with Deku Flowers. How did I mess that up? Just enough, perfect. Yeah. Hey you, come on, press C and talk to me. There you go. See, you can do it if you try. When I fly over to people or objects, use Z to look at them so you can talk to them. Use Z targeting to talk to people even if they're far away. Or if there's no one to target, you can use it to look straight ahead. But enough of that for now. Come over to this tree and check it out. Check it out. It's strange, but the way you look right now sort of looks like this tree. It looks all dark and gloomy, almost like it could start crying any second now. How sad. I love the subtle little hint with that. But what isn't subtle is this little thing. It's like, welcome to a different world. Whenever they do things that are just different than what you'd expect. And now we're in the clock tower. And one of the best tunes in the game. Okay. This is another thing I like with Majora's Mask in comparison to Ocarina. Just everything feels so much more detailed and fleshed out. And it's not to say that Ocarina didn't have moments like that, but comparatively, like, this game just takes Ocarina and, like, kicks it up 10 more notches. You've met with a terrible fate, haven't you? How'd you get behind me? I own the Happy Mask Shop. I travel far and wide in search of masks. During my travels, a very important mask was stolen from me by an imp in the woods. So here I am at a loss. And now I found you. Now don't think me rude, but I have been following you. For I know of a way to return you to your former self. I just love that look, you know? It's just like, I know more than I'm letting on. If you can get back the precious item that was stolen from you, I will return you to normal. In exchange, all I ask is that you also get back my precious mask that the imp stole from me. What? Is it not a simple task? Why, to someone like you, it should by no means be a difficult task. Except, the one thing is, I'm a very busy fellow, and I must leave this place in 3 days. How grateful I would be if you could bring it back to me before my time here is up. Subtle implications, I love it. But yes, you'll be fine. I see you are young and have tremendous courage. I'm sure you'll find it right away. Well then, I'm counting on you. Alright, through the clock tower, and let's begin the first cycle. South Clock Town, here we go. Oh yes, we get more going on with cutscenes even, too. Welcome to Clock Town. He gives me the creeps! That mask salesman was the... Oh, sorry, just thinking aloud. But 3 days? Even if we never sleep, that still leaves us with a measly 72 hours. Talk about demanding. Well, don't just stand there. We're gonna see the Great Fairy. Look, you want to find the Skull Kid, don't you? The Great Fairy will know what he's up to. She watches over everything. And just between you and me, the Skull Kid is no match for the Great Fairy. Go to the shrine near North Gate. You'll find the Great Fairy in there. Now, I would go to North, but I already know what to do for the plot. We do have to find a stray fairy hiding here in the laundry pool here, which will also be in East Clocktown in the evening. Then we take it back, and that's the first step of this chain of events. Now, the first cycle is always the part you want to try to get through as quick as possible, because, like, there is stuff you have to do, but it's not a lot, especially if you've played this multiple times. So I am going to try to make it at least a little bit more fun, or a little bit more fulfilling, I guess. But here we are, North Clocktown, and Tingle! Now, cool factoid, Tingle will not be up in his balloon until you get magic. That way you have the Deku Bubble to actually pop Tingle's balloons. But Tingle will always be on the ground otherwise. So we'll just go ahead, buy the Clocktown map. There we go. We'll call again. Alright, we got that figured out. Since I am in Deku form, let's have a little fun. I'm going to try to do the Deku Playground all 3 days. Starting early, anyways. Oh, poor sign. I believe this is one of the only, like, extraneous things you can do that's actually worth doing on the first cycle. Now, thankfully, this is the easy one. So let's see if my randomizer practices paid off. This is going to be the big thing that I'm interested to see. Like, I don't have any of the randomizer quality of life improvements, so a lot of these minigames are going to be their regular old, difficult, or lengthy selves. Ah yes, and Tattle's like, oh no, quit monkeying around, we've got things to do. Now another thing too, for anyone who has either never played this or only played this like once or twice, in the first cycle, when you are trapped as a Deku, the clock actually moves faster. But the funnier thing is, that's actually a bit of an illusion. Believe it or not, the clock moves at regular speed, no matter what part of the day you're looking at. But the difference is, in the first cycle, they do something very creative, and you'll get to see the effects of this a little bit later, depending on how I plan to have fun with this. But there are a lot less assets the game has to take into account during the first cycle. So because of that, it's a lot less load time on the game, and it's able to process the events that are going on around a lot better. So it actually moves the clock faster as a result. Once you go to the real first cycle and you can actually turn back into a human, you will get the regular clock that you are used to, with the ability to slow it down with the Song of Reverse Time. But anyways, now that we've handed back this one stray fairy, we now get access to magic. Which is nice, we get it right away. Now, of course, this is the Great Fairy said that this is the only thing she can give us because we are just a Deku. So that's your hint of, what if we're not a Deku? So the man who lives in the observatory outside of town may know of the Skull Kid's whereabouts, but be careful. You must not underestimate that child's powers, kind young one. So there's your next hint. Go to the observatory. Right, well, we're doing good. It's only 10 o'clock in the morning. I already have a boatload of rupees. Oh yeah, I have to get used to having only the C buttons to do my abilities now. I don't have the control pad for quick mask swaps. This is gonna be fun. But anyways, I know that to get to the observatory, we have to do this. Are you the one that just popped that up there? Not bad for a Deku Scrub. We bombers have a hideout that leads to the observatory outside town. You need a code to get in. Maybe I'll tell you what it is. But don't think you're getting it that easily. I can't just tell you what the code is. You'll have to pass my test first. Are you ready? Alright. If you can find all 5 of us by tomorrow morning, I'll teach you the code. Bombers away! Alright, time for this to be quick. This is why I'm glad you have the Deku Nuts, because then you can stun them, akin to how I normally do it, which is firing a bow or a hook shot at them. There we go. Makes it nice and quick. Alright, and now we go to east. And this is the scene that I'm usually used to because of how I loop around here. Alright, Easty Clock Town. And... stun! Got you. And then my way to get this bomber child up here, we just push you down there on your own. 1 kid left. Not bad. All this already done. Oh no, I got hit by Doggy. Yes, dogs do not like Dekus. And here we are into West Clock Town. Final kid up there. So I'll do this here. Hey there, little guy. Won't you deposit some rupees? Nowadays, even if people have money, they don't deposit any. Nothing. Nothing. So for a limited time, I'll give you a special gift based on how much you deposit. For example, if you deposit 200 rupees, you'll get an item that holds a lot of rupees. So what'll it be? Of course I'm going to deposit. I got 5,000 rupees to get into you eventually. So take this. And now that I've got my money deposited in the Bank of Infinite Time and Space and time warping, I'll get that money going throughout time. Gotcha. Aw, no way. You finally got me. Alright, well, this is where I have the code here. You're pretty good for a Deku Scrub. If only you were human. Then I could give you an original Bomber's Notebook and make you a member. What do you guys think? No way. No scrubs. My goodness. Fun little thing I noticed doing all this. This world does not like Deku Scrubs. I guess not. Once, we let some kid who wasn't human join our gang, and boy did we ever regret it. Sorry. But I'll teach you the code, just like I promised. I can tell you only once, though, so pay close attention. Are you ready? 2, 3, 4, and 5. 2, 3, 1, 5, 4. Entrance to the hideout is in the east. Alright, well, we got that all set up there. So let's go to the observatory right now. If you want to pass through here, you have to say the secret code. Is it 23154? That's right. If you know the code, you must be a member. And you didn't just brute force it. Although I'm not sure if that's how it works normally. Like, because in the randomizer, there is a setting where if there was anything that you had to get in here, like that's required for the game would make it so that you could get the code naturally and then do the things normally. But there is a setting to make it think, oh, if you have the time to brute force the code, you could try that as a means to get in here. I don't know if that's how that works in the regular mode. Oh yeah, Tata, what do you want? I wonder how the astronomer knows the Skull Kid. Whoa, look, we don't even have 3 days left. Also, one of the best tunes in the game, right here, Astral Observatory. Just actually get here and get my camera to pay attention. Well, well. A strange-looking child has joined me today. Are you a new friend of the Bombers gang? Your manners seem much better than those of your mischievous friend from the other day. That ill-mannered troublemaker from the other day said he'd break my instruments. He said he'd steal my moon's tear. There was no stopping him. Even now, just watch him. He's probably causing trouble around the clock tower. Will you gaze into the telescope? Well, I have to. Okay, we get up here. And there's the Skull Kid. And there's the moon! Another one, too. An NPC that you can see in South Clocktown on the tower on the first stage. He's the one that's like, he looks up and goes, huh? The moon? And it's like, oh, that's a thing. And then you see it get closer and you're like, oh, that's the big bad. Well, did you find that troublemaker? And that loud noise? What was that? Perhaps another moon's tear has fallen nearby. Go through that door and take a look outside. But I wonder how that troublemaker got on top of the clock tower. The only way up there is through the clock door, and that opens only on the eve of the carnival. So there we go. We have all the information that we need. It's just get to the clock door on the evening of the third night, or midnight. So yeah, at this point, there's nothing else we need to do. We can farm rupees or do anything else that we want to just for the fun of it. Like, there's really not a lot. Now, I did say I was going to try to get Deku Playground 3-Day taken care of now, because at least that pads out this and gets it done. I'll have to wait a little bit before I can do any of the other mini-games. Oh yes, Tattle. Alright, so we know where the Skull Kid is. Let's go ask around the clock tower. Maybe we'll learn something. So yeah, the final tidbit is use the Moon's Tear, get the Deku Flower, and that gets you onto the tower. Well, not bad. That's actually one of the fastest I think I have ever gotten through the first cycle. Now, one of the ways you can tell this clock is moving faster, listen to the dings of the clock tower bell. And I'll do that after this conversation's taken care of. But listen to the bell like dings, and it's like quick, 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 as opposed to like hit. Oh, I guess it's still going otherwise. Talk to you now before the dog hits me. I've already sold out my wares, and the carnival hasn't even begun. I'm thinking of closing up shop so I can buy a gift for my wife and return to her in my village. I've heard that a stone called the Moon's Tear shines brighter than any other in the land. If you've got one, I'd really like to get it from you. My wife would love it. If you give it to me, I'll give you my spot here. Deku Flower included. And that is this. And that would be the start of the trade sequence for the game. I will deal with that in more detail once I actually get all the things I need to do it all. Since it's pretty quick. And in case you're wondering, I'm not marking those on the tracker right now because I want to use that as a means to say I have done it for like all that I'm going to do for it, and not just to simply say, oh, I took care of it. But yeah, there's the dings. You can even see it moving faster on the clock down there. Also, it feels weird playing with the clock again because I've gotten so used to playing without the clock. There we go. We now have the heart piece, so that's pretty good. Alright. Well, I did say I was going to have a little bit of extra fun with this. So, anyone up for a little bit of fun with glitches? Because I'm going to do something here that you should not be able to do normally. And that's Deku Link can run backwards really fast. So we're in Termina. But as you can see, things look a little bit different. So what this is, it's a separate state of Termina Field. So as you can see, not every asset is present. Like, there's no enemies. There are even some grottos that are missing. Like, this is just like a placeholder Termina Field. And you can even tell that's the case when you go to get the Moon's Tear. When you come outside, it will not play music. But when you do it on subsequent cycles, it will play the Termina Field theme. So, why am I out here right now? Well, as you can see, these bushes here are still present. And I can't get arrows or bombs, naturally, because I don't have any arrows or bombs. So, this is a very, very good way to do a little bit of rupee farming. Now, I am going to show something somewhat fun, maybe on day 2 after I've done the Deku Playground game. But I just wanted this to be a little bit of an introduction to this concept, which I think is very neat. It's one of the first times I've ever actually done this. So if you want just a different way to do a little rupee farming, you can come out here to a Termina Field that is completely devoid of all major things. There's that other bush section. Like, if I'm right, I don't even think Kamaro will spawn. I think that, yeah, there's a few grottos that don't spawn. There's a treasure chest on that stump over there that didn't spawn. Like, this is literally like a state 0 Termina Field. And with what I mentioned before about how the game has less assets to handle at present, this is what I was referring to. This state of Termina Field has so few things that the game has to keep track of that it's much easier for the game to process the clock. I'm really curious. Are the 5 rupees still in here? They are not! Aha! Well, not bad. I certainly got a lot of rupees out of that. And proof enough. No Kamaro, and no snow enemies. Well, that is a successful rupee farm there. Certainly a little bit more productive than what I normally do, which is either constantly going into the laundry pool and smashing boxes for 5 rupees at a time, or going in and out of doors in the Astral Observatory to get 10 rupees out of 2 jars. Quite successful. So we will deposit 94. And I hate that I have to do it the way it normally is and not at the push of a button, deposit max. Alright. Well, I got a little bit more time to kill here, and I do need to get a few more rupees on my person. So I'm going to go back out, do a couple hits on some bushes. Get a few more rupees for my trouble. And then I will go back to north. We'll do day 2. And yes, you do have to angle this right. As you can see, like, it takes a little bit to push past. But I have to say, I'm enjoying doing this. Like being out in a Termina Field that's like in a state 0 that you're not supposed to do. Just, it feels fun, you know? Like, I'm not exactly breaking the game. I'm just doing something in a way that is a little bit different and kind of fun. Okay. Well, I don't need a lot of rupees because I will be getting rupees from doing the Deku Playground. Alright. But thankfully you run in enough that the guard doesn't completely block you. Now then, we've already had midnight thieving, so there's nothing much we can do there. Might as well get into position. There we go. So yeah, we just gotta wait here a little bit. Day 2 is approaching. Yeah, I'll have a little bit more fun with my Termina field escapade in a bit. And then once I've had my fill there, I'll quickly speed ahead to night 3, do whatever fun night 3 things we can think of. And that'll be that. Although I should, on day 3, do Deku Playground Day 3. I don't want to forget that. Ah, the old screen goes further in on itself bit for welcoming the new day. All right, day 2. Let's do day 2. Hello, I am here to play your game again. Here goes round 2. Aha! Still good at this. I'm just gonna go ahead. I had a feeling I was gonna miss that one in the middle, so I just went ahead and said, let's just skip that for now. I'll work my way to the outside. Aha! Alright, so that one's coming around now. Let's just get this. Oh, that was close. I almost ran off. Let's get you on the reverse. Play it safer. Gotcha. Alright, that one's done. So that's day 2. Alright, well I got all the rupees I'm going to need for now. Because I go take this to the bank. And we will get the adult wallet. Feels nice to have the extended wallet. I'm usually hunting like crazy to get it in randomizers. It really is interesting that you do get to see Clocktown in so many different states as the 3 days go on. Like, you see it a regular day 1, a rainy day 2, and then a very chaotic day 3. Just adds so much character to this town. Ah, yes. 8 and 6. There we go. Alright, well there's our 200 rupees, and there's our adult wallet. There we go. Alright, now that I got a little bit more time on my hands, haha. Also, that postman runs fast. Like, look at this guy. He moving. Alright, let's go into Termina. Let's have a little bit more fun here. Because I'm going to show some things off. So excuse me, God. I would like through once again. So as you can see, it is just no music whatsoever. Like, it is, like, completely devoid of anything except any required assets. And even more so, I'm noticing that it's raining here, which I don't think is something that normally occurs. Not that I can't recall in any randomizers that I've played, so once again, this is very cool. And of course, not even the treasure chest is over in this corner, too. And because this is a, like, early state Termina field, we don't even get the cutscene for this Skull Kid print over here. But, as a fun little twist, if you do go out, it's regular Termina. So everything outside of the bounds of Termina field is completely normal. So we got the music playing and everything. So I'm going to come over here to one of my favorite rupee farming spots. Just go here for a little bit. Because this beats even the bushes of Termina Field. I'm sorry. Like, this is just short of beating the giant Dodongos and light arrows on Bubbles. This is one of the best rupee farming spots. So I am just going to go ahead and do some things here. Let's go, let's go. Now, I will just be going for 200 rupees here. I don't have to get too crazy. As you can see, even as I'm doing this, time is still moving pretty quick. So, I don't have to stick around forever. Actually, you know what? That'll be fine for right now. Aha! More Deku Nuts! I guess I could have a little fun. I could even get that heart piece up there, which is kind of funny. I do have the means to get the keys destroyed. That's one. That's two. That's that one. That's my health back. So if I do a free range, that should do it. There we go. Look at this. I'm going to get a heart piece in Termina Field before the first cycle is over. There we go. Another heart piece. Don't mind me. I'm just breaking the game here. Hi, Tingle! This is kind of why I wanted to have a little fun with this. I'm going to have almost every Tingle map before I've even visited Skull Kid for the first time. I say almost because I can't get Ikana Valley. Yippee! I'm getting maps to everywhere. Okay. And, like, I can even come into the southern swamp here. Like, this... Like, the game fully has this ready to go. We even get the cutscene to play out here. Alright, but there is not much we can do, if at all. So, we'll just keep moving from here. That is so fun to think that, like, if I plan things out well enough, like, I could almost have 4 hearts before even, like, doing the first cycle. I'm sure there's something I could figure out. Now, as a funny thing, too, because the transition does not assume stopping the music, that's only for when you enter Termina Field from Clocktown, the music will continue to play even in this state. Now, it looks like it is stopping as per normal. Ooh. Can I visit the Gorman brothers? Just get everything taken care of. Hi, Gorman brothers. Do you say anything like that I haven't tried? Fresh milk? Huh. Well, selling the milk. Where do you expect me to put it? You need an empty bottle. Alright, well, moving along here, I am going to buy the last 2 maps from good old Tingle. I missed. Although I do suppose it is a little funny. I can visit Romani Ranch before on the first cycle, so I'm sure there is something I could figure out. Buy a Tingle map? Yeah, we'll buy one for Romani Ranch. And then we'll buy one for Great Bay. This really is fun right now. I've got all the maps, and I haven't even left the first cycle. This is way too much fun for me right now. Now then, that is basically everything that I can do. I can't go up the mountain because I think the ice block is blocking the way. And even if it wasn't, the snowballs would still be blocking the pathway up that I need explosives for. So I can't do anything up north, and east and west are blocked off by eating a horse. So I'm going to go ahead and get to day 3. We'll do the Deku Playground. We'll get that finished. And then I will go ahead and skip to night 3. For me to do that, I need to go to here. For anyone who doesn't know, you can talk to scarecrows, and they'll let you just skip ahead for half a day. So just doing a little scarecrow dance. And now it's day 3. And this is only because we do not have an ocarina to skip time ahead. So we are not dancing till night. Do you want to learn this mysterious song? No. Believe it or not, I actually know it. Alright, come on. Door. Alright, time for the world-ending day 3. Let's go play some games. Oh, come on. I've been so good at getting into the flowers. This is definitely one of the best first cycles I think I've ever had playing this. Like, it's been the most productive, even. And I gotta say, like, it's definitely because I've, like, had all the practice with the randomizers. I can tell. Like, all of the skips, tricks, things like that. Like, just doing extra things that I wouldn't normally do. Like, experimenting. Like, it's been a blast. So to finally be able to put that into the perspective of the actual game, like, that's just great. Can I get it? No, I don't think so. We'll do... Whoa, that was a little bit faster than I was expecting. That's 4. Ah, yes. The moon's rumbles. Okay, so we'll time it. Gotcha! Alright, that's all 3 days. And this should give me the heart piece, right? Yes! You can get it, no matter what part it is. We were dealing with a fierce competitor. And of course they hide and don't let us play again. Well then, that is the Deku Playground. I don't have to deal with it anymore. I think that's one of the best ways to take care of it, now that I'm like, hey, let's just do it, you know? Oh, and there's the postman. Alright, so we're going to get a few more rupees in this last little bit, so I'm going to just go deposit these. Okay, what's this? You need something? Actually, hold the phone. I am curious. Because I think I'm able to do this. Yeah, you can't use any, but feel free to look around. I feel like I've done something crazy like this. You do let me buy it, yes. Okay, I'll take care of this now. So the only reason I'm doing that is just so I've got it in my inventory. and it lets me, like, actually buy bombs. Psst, come on. Says you need something? Yes, we're just going to deposit these right now. Nearly just 26. Not a lot. Just come over here. We'll get this one chest that's up here. Nice little hop. No. You're not going to jump. Wrong direction. Let's just do this instead. Not quite. Okay. I was like, oh, I'm going up to the top of the clock tower, right? No, I'm going up to the top of this tower. Move over here. And this is a silver, right? Nope, that's a 50. It's a silver that is in the inn, which I will be getting very soon. So we'll get bomb chews here, just so I can say I've gotten bomb chews. And I know there's probably some freebie that I can get throughout, but we're literally just taking care of this now because I very rarely, if ever, use bomb chew. Although I will have to have used bomb chew at some point. Like, this is one of the few games where it's like, it's only necessary for optional things. I don't think there's ever any mandatory usage of bomb chew. Okay, so I'm gonna do the dance. We will dance! And now it's night 3. And then he's like, oh, wait a second. Things are kinda bad outside. This way you don't accidentally dance further and end the world. Alright, let's go get... Well, now that I think about it, as kind of a fun thing, could I possibly buy the big bomb bag in the curiosity shop tonight? I'm really curious about that, actually. I can't recall if I've done that before. I am going to try to do that tonight. But I'm going to need a little bit extra money. I seem to recall a silver hiding just up here. And there we go. There really is a cute animation just holding onto the doorknob. Alright, and once again, yes. Nothing hiding in this room any further. Don't even clean up the laundry. Don't clean up your laundry. Mushrooms are going to grow there. Oh, wait a second. Alright, well, we got that. Let's park it in front of the curiosity shop for a moment. And we will see if what I'm guessing could happen will work. Because if I do get that big bomb bag, that does allow me to do some things. So we'll just hold it here. Alright, well thankfully time is moving at its fastest, so we don't have to wait for long. And I guess the nice part playing with a clock for once is I can actually make judgments on what times to do and can I plan out accordingly. I don't have that luxury when I'm playing without a clock, so I have to actually, like, think in my head how long is this going to go and plan for it. Now I have an actual reference. Alright, time's almost there. Let's see if we can actually make the purchase. $10 o'clock. Shouldn't you be with your parents? Okay, we can't actually do it. Alright, it was worth a shot. I wanted to see if that was the case. At least the bomb shop guy was nice in letting me purchase the bomb bag. Oops. I was so used to randomizer. I hit a button and then said done. Oh my goodness, I've played too many randomizers of this. And I will keep playing way more randomizers of this because I love this game. But today, we're playing the actual game, and that means this bank is going to have 5,000 rupees in it by the time I'm done. Ooh, nice little hit there. Alright. Almost. Trying a little trick there because I'm not used to doing a lot of the advanced tricks of the game, but I do know that there is one where you can make Link backflip and have the ability to pick up or grab collision, kind of like a backwards jump, or I think they call it a gainer or something like that. Again, I'm not as well versed into doing them, but I've seen it done, so I at least know what they're talking about. Alright, well, we planned that out well enough. It is time for the beginning of the end here. So we get to see the clock tower going into carnival mode. And now we have a way up to the top. Time to go. Oh yeah, another cutscene we don't normally get to see. So we actually get to see a little bit up here on this clock tower. And Skull Kid just floating up there menacingly with the moon just above us. Sis! Ah, Tail! We've been looking for you two. Hey, Skull Kid, what if you gave that mask you're wearing back now? Hey, come on, are you listening? Swamp, mountain, ocean, canyon. Hurry, the four who are there. Bring them here. Smack. Don't speak out of line, stupid fairy. No! What are you doing to my brother? Skull Kid, do you still think we're our friend after that? Well, whatever. Even if they were to come now, they wouldn't be able to handle me. Just look above you. If it's something that can be stopped, then just try to stop it. And I was not going to try to do that scream because that would destroy my vocal cords. But that is a powerful scream. Like, it lives rent-free in my head. Alright, so all we have to do is just get a little snot on the Skull Kid and drops the ocarina. And then Skull Kid just starts floating up there. It's like, oh, what are you gonna do? Alright, we got the ocarina back. So I might as well just go ahead and mark a few things here. And suddenly we get memories. You are already leaving this land of Hyrule, aren't you? Even though it was only a short time, I feel like I've known you forever. I'll never forget the days we spent together in Hyrule. And I believe in my heart that a day will come when I shall meet you again. Until that day comes, please, take this. It's no longer needed since we've already taken care of Ganondorf. I am praying that your journey will be a safe one. If something should happen to you, remember this song. It's gained magical properties now that everything has taken care of itself. But I do like how this is a cool way to give a song that didn't really do much, a new purpose, yet still being familiar. We got the Song of Time. And I like how it says you remembered the Song of Time. Like, it doesn't say you learned, it's you remembered. So lingering on the edges of your mind is a song of memories of Princess Zelda. And again, it like how it ties itself back to Ocarina of Time in a way that wasn't fully explained until we really got like understanding of the timelines. But it's cool that that like connection was there. Meanwhile, back in the impending doom of the present, snap out of it. What are you doing lost in your memories? Get yourself together. Getting that old ocarina back isn't going to help us. Somebody, anybody, goddess of time, help us please. We need more time. Oh, more time, is it? Excuse me while I play the Deku trumpets. Where did you get that instrument? I mean, it's not like I had to play every note to, like, full, but I don't know. First time, I always like to do it full on. Yes, back to the first day. And then everything floating away, and then we understand exactly what it means by going back in time. And it is cool that it does show all this again. Like, I know it only has to do it once, and that once is all it needs. Now, of course, does that mean that Link has to relive turning into a Deku every time he plays the Song of Time? Or is it just until he gets the Deku mask? Because then that would technically break the time loop. But then we're like, wait a second, it's all normal. What just happened? Everything is... started over. The moon's still there, but it's way up now. What are you anyway? That song you played. That instrument. That instrument! Wait, that's it, your instrument. The mask salesman said if you got back the precious thing that was stolen from you, he could return you to normal. Did you completely forget or what? Well, it's only been like 2 seconds, so got the ocarina back. Were you able to recover your precious item from that imp? Ah, yes. One of the best things with the masked salesman. So much more expressive. Oh, you got it, you got it, you got it, you got it! And of course the massive organ. Then listen to me. Please play this song that I'm about to perform, and remember it well. I almost wish this organ could have stayed in the clock tower afterwards and just been a set piece for no reason. Like clock tower organ? That would have been way too much fun. And now we play the Song of Healing on ourself. And the spirit of the Deku mask, or in this case, not even a mask, the spirit of the Deku that we had inhabited has now been maskified. And we're back to normal. This is a melody that heals evil magic and troubled spirits, turning them into masks. I am sure it will be of assistance to you in the future. Ah yes, I give you this mask in commemoration of this day. Fear not, for the magic has been sealed inside the mask. When you wear it, you will transform into the shape you just were. When you remove it, you will return to normal. And the Deku mask is ours! You got the Deku mask to keep as a memento. Set it to the buttons, and that can let you inhabit the body of a Deku. Ah, now here we go. Now I have fulfilled my promise to you. So please, give me that which you promised me. Don't tell me. My mask. You did get it back, didn't you? What have you done to me? If you leave my mask out there, something terrible will happen. I love the mask salesman's emotion flips. The mask that was stolen from me. It is called Majora's Mask. It is an accursed item from legend that is said to have been used by an ancient tribe in its hexing rituals. It is said that an evil and wicked power is bestowed upon the one who wears that mask. According to legend, the troubles caused by Majora's Mask were so great. The Ancient Ones, fearing such catastrophe, sealed the mask in shadow forever, preventing its misuse. But now, that tribe from the legend has vanished, so no one really knows the true nature of the mask's power. But I feel it. I went to great lengths to get that legendary mask. When I finally had it, I could sense the doom of a dark omen brewing. It was that unwelcome feeling that makes your hair stand on end. And now, that imp has it. I am begging you! You must get that mask back quickly, or something horrible will happen! I'm begging you! I'm begging you! You must do it! Oh, really? You'll do it for me? I was certain you would tell me that. I wasn't giving you a choice. You had no choice. You'll be fine. Surely you can do it. Believe in your strengths. Believe. Well, we're back to normal, and now we can explore this world fully. That mask. The Skull Kid uses the power of the mask to do those terrible things. Well, whatever it takes, we've got to do something about it. The swamp, mountain, oceans, and canyon that Tail was trying to tell us about. I bet he was referring to the 4 areas just outside town. There's one in each compass direction. But what do you suppose he meant by the 4 who are there? I have no idea. He always skips important stuff. I guess we should just go and find out. If we go through the gate straight ahead, we'll be heading to the direction of the swamp. And we will eventually head to the direction of the swamp on the next episode. Well, there we go. We got through the first cycle. We were very productive with the first cycle. Again, just... I have all of the Tingle maps except for one, and I am just starting the first real cycle, so it's kind of exciting that even in the realms of the normal game, I know how to slightly break it. So I'm already having a lot of fun with this, if you can't tell. And I hope that you'll join me on the next episode when the fun will continue. So until next time, thank you very much for watching today. I hope you enjoyed. Take care, stay safe, and have a good day.